Take my life, Usul. It is the only way.
I'm pointing the way!
Okay, let's hit pause right there. How did the guy who literally 30 minutes ago loathed the idea of even assuming the mantle of leading the Fremen
What your people did to this world is heartbreaking.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope!
to this?
I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis! Erudi Dina Heshidani, Nelisan Al-Gaib, Rui Di Menaruk, Ashiki! Nelisan Al-Gaib!
Throughout the film, everybody pressures Paul to assume this position, to give in to this prophecy. From Gurney
Muad'Dib, the prophet. Why is that a bad thing? Use it.
to Stilgar,
We need the Lisan al-Gaib to lead our people.
You know what I think of all that, Stilgar?
I don't care what you believe, I believe.
hell, even his own mother throws on this outfit and starts telling people that her son is Lisan al-Gaib and to spread the word. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think that Paul Atreides always wanted to be their Lisan al-Gaib, in spite of his constant protests.
Not the Mahdi.
While Paul may not be motivated to become the Lisan al-Gaib, he is motivated to avenge his father. When Paul understands that in order to get his vengeance against the Harkonnens, he would need the Fremen's help, he was fully committed.
I must sway the non-believers. If they follow me, we can disrupt spice production. That's the only way I can get to the Emperor.
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
Hell, I do.
But Paul is smart. By the way, quick side note, this is actually one of my favorite scenes from the Dune movies. The narration is really satisfying, and I love the illustrations of the still scenes. But yes, as I was saying, Paul is smart. He wasn't just going to barge in on the Fremen and demand they make him their Lisan al-Gaib. Well, he kinda does that, but anyway, he plays modest, and instead insists that they take in him and his mother, not as royalty, but as fellow Fremen.
I'm not here to lead. Nezi Hajaga, Giftak. Let me fight beside you.
He wants to learn their ways and insists that he is not the Lisan al-Gaib, which only furthers some people's beliefs. Yet in spite of his insistence that he is not their prophet,
Nothing fancy.
Hey, I'm serious.
or the voice from the outer world, he continually, consciously or unconsciously, fulfills the prophecies of Lisan al-Gaib. First, Paul rides his first sandworm like an absolute pro and gains some followers. Then he drinks the water of life and doesn't die, and gains some more followers. Finally, he stands in a circle and tells everyone about their secret water habits. And that's it. He has ascended to Lisan al-Gaib. As the Fremen's faith in Paul continues to grow, his visions increase in intensity and strength to the point of nightmares.
It's okay. I'm here. It's been a while since you've had one of those nightmares.
Paul can see the future, but almost in like a hazy cloud of visions. The predictions aren't always even accurate. Sometimes they just show all the possible outcomes that could occur. Funny enough, in spite of Paul's constant denial of his prophet status,
Not the Mahdi. You know what I think of all that, Stilgar?
he fulfills all the prophecies to a T. While some might say this is purely coincidental and designed purposely by the Bene Gesserit, I disagree. Yes, the prophecies are left purposely vague, but it goes beyond that. Paul and his mother understand the Bene Gesserit influence to the extent of basically abusing it. Jessica survives after drinking the water of life. Paul knows the ways of the desert as if he was born to them. Paul surviving after drinking the water of life as well. All these things contribute to Paul's status. Yet what isn't stated is that Paul and Jessica understand what the Fremen are looking for in their voice from the outer world, and are therefore able to abuse it. Even just looking back on this scene from Dune Part 1, we can already see the manipulation of Paul Atreides beginning to take root on Dr. Leet Kynes.
Fremen speak of the Lisan al-Gaib.
Careful.
He leverages his visions and mentat abilities to convince her of his prophet status.
The voice from the outer world who will lead them to paradise.
Superstition.
He abuses her faith in a savior and her hope for a brighter future.
I know you loved a Fremen warrior and lost him in battle. I know you walk in two worlds and are known by many names. I've seen your dream.
By promising her a green paradise.
As Emperor Dr. Kynes, I can make a paradise for Arrakis with a wave of my hand.
And going back to Dune Part 2, we can see the same sort of manipulation taking place. Paul takes advantage of the Fremen's wish for a green paradise and uses it to further his own goals. And when we go back further in the film, when Jessica drinks the water of life, it makes sense that she survives because Bene Gesserit have had poison training their entire lives, which Paul admits to gain more trust amongst the Fremen.
It's no miracle. My mother was trained to do that. Poison transmutation is something advanced Bene Gesserit can do.
Furthermore, not only would I assume that Paul would have some experience with poison, after all he is the Duke's son, but I wouldn't be surprised if this juice didn't kill anyone at all. That the Fremen religion made it so sacred that nobody except for truly exceptional people were allowed to drink it. And when they survived, they thought, well, but of course, he is the chosen one. But the juice does hold exceptional properties. By allowing the drinker to achieve access to a millennium of information, thoughts, and experience, the drinker, in this case being Paul, reaches a higher level of enlightenment. When Paul drinks the juice, his eyes are opened and suddenly his visions are clear.
The visions are clear now.
He can see. He now knows exactly what he must do and how to do it. So once Paul has access to this plethora of information, he pushes the advance. He now knows he has the necessary ingredients to craft a fanatical following, the experience and wisdom of 26 generations of Atreides guiding him. At first, he barges into the center of the circle, disregards the religious leader's comments,
Buddy, only tribe leaders can speak.
and claims he is pointing the way now.
I'm pointing the way!
He is guiding them. He purposely causes a massive upheaval at his comments. And then, when the crowd is on the brink of chaos, ready to launch an all-out attack, Paul reels them back in. They would kill him. It would be the safer option after all. But what if he really is Lisan al-Gaib?
Chance. It's not the Josh. She hochausich. Shizihik ishitam shapito edemashili.
What if all the Fremen's suffering and hardships had finally come to a close? What if this one man could deliver them green trees and blue oceans, the long-forgotten paradise of this planet? What if all their suffering had not been in vain? What if he could bring back
Dune?
His legacy has been cemented. Nobody in that room will ever stand against Paul Muad'Dib Atreides again. And by abusing the hopes and dreams of the people who swear their allegiance to him, he offers them paradise in exchange for loyalty, faith, and eventually, their lives. Do you ever notice when Paul introduces or announces himself, he starts it with, "I am Paul Atreides"?
I am Paul Atreides, son of Leto Atreides, Duke of Arrakis.
When Paul does mention his other titles, it is usually after the fact, because Paul may be the savior, but he is first and foremost his father's son. As Paul utilizes his abilities with the voice to silence the Bene Gesserit,
Consider what you're about to do, Paul Atreides.
Silence!
Abomination.
Paul's transformation into the Quasax Haderach is complete. As Paul says,
Lead them to paradise.
his vision in that sandy tent had come true all those nights ago. Except the paradise he leads them to may not be green, but bloody.
It's coming. I see unholy war spreading across the universe like unquenchable fire. A warrior religion that waves the Atreides banner in my father's name. Fanatical legions worshipping at the shrine of my father's skull. A war in my name! Everyone shouting my name! You did this to me! You been a desert made me afraid!